No need, I take it, to motivate the players this week.
I hope not. Players fell below the standards that they've set. So you'd expect a reaction. The team changed a little bit. There was a couple of younger ones, a couple of injuries enforced, but the home record that we've got, I think it's 27 weeks on Saturday. In fact, I know it's 27 weeks since that Stevenage game, so one defeat in over 6 months is not bad. So we'll be looking to protect that. We want to finish the season. I think there'll be a few here. I think Swindon will bring a few. They'll be looking for a reaction. So I'd like to think it's going to be a good game against two good footballing teams who both have points to prove after the weekend's disappointing results on Monday. So it's all there to be a good game. You
spoke there about the home record. Obviously, it's a pretty outstanding record as far as not losing goes. Did the crowd have anything to do with that this year? Your home crowd?
I think there's been appreciation between both. I think the supporters have seen the work and the effort that the players have put in, which has turned into results, and they've come back in more numbers as well. So there's always a two-way. There's always a two-way thing. It is. The players appreciate the support they get, and I think the supporters appreciate the effort that the players have been putting in. So Monday, although there was only a couple of hundred supporters there, because obviously it's a long way to go, it's disappointing that they've had to see that, because it almost makes it worse. They've had to travel that distance, but the players are aware of that, and it's not a deliberate thing. It's not. The thing that frustrates me is that it's too easy to go, oh, they're on the beach now. It's a throwaway comment at this stage of the season, because it's easy to say. Because no one said it against Colchester when we were poor. We were poor. No getting away from that. We were poor. But it's not always a case of, oh, that's it, they're on the beach. We had a bad performance.
There's quite a lot of teams as well, actually, that are in the same bracket as you, aren't there? Teams that that aren't going to hit the playoffs, but also are not in danger. So, it does seem quite a strange thing for anyone to say about a mid-table side.
I think it's just too easy to say. So we will pick the bones out of Monday and factor in what was it. There was something not quite right, and we'll work out and we'll tell the players what it was, and we'll ask them what they thought as well, rather than just saying, oh, never mind, we were on the beach, lads, it's all right. It's not all right to lose a game of football. Still get paid exactly the same amount of money for the first 40 games. So that's what we'll be looking to address.
Just one more question on that game from last week. What was the atmosphere like on the coach journey home?
Quiet, which goes to tell you that the players care. I don't think it's an act, because it's too long to be sat on the coach to act that for that long. But it's done now, it's parked. So we will pick the bones out of it. The players have been off for 2 days because of they were in all over the weekend. And we go to work again today.
Swindon Town this weekend, what do their main threats lie?
Mainly in their front four. I think their front four are as good as anything in this league. Richie he's got them playing. They play, like I said, good football, fluid, rotations all over the pitch. Two full-backs go and play really, really high up the pitch. And in the front four in Woolery, Bennett, Anderson and Robinson, I think there's some real good pace and movement in that top four. So they'll definitely be a threat. They're a big club at this level. I think Monday was the first defeat in 8 or 9 games, I think. So they had been on a decent run, looking for the playoffs. I think they might just fall short of that now. But I don't think it will be a dead game, because both teams, I think Richie's gone to press and said that he's expecting a reaction. People are playing for contracts and things. So and like I said, I think the crowd, I think there'll be hopefully another 4,000 gate, hopefully. So I'm hoping to see a good game of football.
You said after the Morecambe game that Matt Bauer was no better or no worse than any other player. Nonetheless, he's obviously quite an inexperienced player. Could the other guys around him have done a bit more to support him?
Yeah, I said everyone was disappointed. Everyone was poor. So it wasn't that anyone was any worse or any better than anyone else. I think Scott Flinders was probably the only one that came out with any sort of credit. So you'd like to think the older players would help the younger players out, but it was just a poor performance from 1 to 11. And
going back into training today, what do you do with a player like Matt in that situation who's had that?
Well, you
put an arm around them, or?
Yeah, well, a lot of it's up to him, because he needs to show his personality and show his desire. we'll go through it. We'll walk through what we think he did well, what he didn't do well. But it's Matt needs to take. He's getting to that cusp now, Matt, is of where it's that 2021 sort of age where there's almost like another big cull. There's a cull at 18 normally, and then I think the stats are something like 80% go at under 18s, and then of that 20%, 80% of those have gone by the time they're 21. So Matt needs to, because everyone knows what he is and everyone knows what he can do, and he came into a difficult situation the other day, but we'll have to see how he reacts. Hopefully we can help him and show him what he did and what he didn't do, and then a lot of it's up to him. He needs to show it's his career. He needs to prove.
Last home game of the season. As far as you're concerned, is there a clear player of the year for you?
Well, for me, I think there's 4 or 5 in contention for me. I don't think there's been one. I think there's been a group collective since, probably go back 27 weeks, like I just said. I said from that moment on, I think you do well to pick one player for me. I'm biased because I like them all.
Any injury updates?
Well, hopefully Jacob and Duff, we're hoping that will be fit. Obviously, they took knocks at the week last Friday. Pringy had a bit of a knock after the game, so we'll have to see how he is today. Other than the long-termers, I think obviously Alex was back involved in the squad, probably sooner than what we thought, but he's another one that's available.